Craig always scares me a little bit.
I was ready.
You're ready? You're braced up for it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
He
I guess
reminds me, so I think I finally placed it, unless we said this before, but he reminds me of the dude that used to come over Halo 3 whenever you got like
Yeah.
stuff. That
I
it
never
like
played Halo
Double
3.
kill.
yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Triple kill.
dude, that's so right. though.
Kill-tacular. Like, I'm sure they just ripped that voice off of from somewhere and just threw it on Craig.
They're like, you know who would fit our recording bot's voice so well? And then the one guy who just got done playing Halo was like, this voice, duh. And everybody's like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's in my memory, it's almost exactly the same, but it's been probably 10 years since I played Halo 3.
So you know what sucks? Is like, our audience can't hear that voice, or I would have left it in.
Oh,
You know,
yeah, I
like-
know.
Like, I'm probably going to leave this in. But like our audience couldn't hear him say, now recording. But yeah, so I guess let's go ahead and get started. What's up, everybody? This is another episode of Better Than Static. I am your host, Tyler, and with me today I have my two best friends, my buddy Lucas
Hey.
and my buddy Chris.
I'm the next Usain Bolt.
I doubt. Well, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but I'm gonna say it's improbable. And there's no
Doubt me.
rebuttal to that. It took you forever to reply to that.
I had to think of a good one.
Okay. Well, you got it right on the nose. The best reply ever. So we left off last week with where does the wind start? And is water we left and was water wet? And what was the other one? We had another question that was very existential, but they don't really matter. The only one that matters is where does the wind start, because we had somebody email us. And they really wanted to know what Charles Barkley would think of where does the wind start. And I don't know if we can get Charles on the show today. He's a busy guy, but maybe we could. Lucas, you think you could call him up?
Yeah, I'll give him a call.
Okay.
Let's see.
I
Ready?
missed that entire thing because my internet went out.
Dang it.
I'm calling Charles Barkley to see if I can get him on the podcast.
Oh, I'm so glad. Okay. I had no idea what happened. I just called Charles. I'm like, what? Okay, hold on. Put your phone up to the mic so we can hear it dial toning.
Okay. Well, I got all my dial tones turned off.
Ring, 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 ring. Ring, 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 ring.
Ring.
Who's
Man,
it?
Oh wait, is this
Hey,
Charles?
Charles, is that you?
Who is this?
Charles, you know who this is. This is your favorite podcast, Better Than Static, man.
I'm too busy talking to Joel Embiid telling him to get in the gym.
Charles, you are hilarious, man. And I know you're busy, but where does the wind start?
Are you talking Ebonics to me? Why?
Where
Don't do
does-
that.
Where does the wind start, Charles?
Okay, so if you don't want to get me started. Okay, so when you go, have you ever been to San Antonio?
Yeah, oh
Yeah,
no,
they got
Lucas
them-
has it.
Yes, I have.
They got some big old women in San Antonio now. They get to eating them churros. It's churros getting them gas in, and the gas it gets the wind going, and then it's like, it's terrible. Oh my god, it's so bad. This impression has gotten so much worse.
All right, Charles, we'll let you go. I know you're busy. You gotta go talk bubonics and crap.
Yeah, you gotta go convince Embiid to get back in the gym so he can actually
got-
play more than 20 minutes a night.
I go jump off a bridge because it's the worst impression that's ever happened. I'm so embarrassed. I'm sweating.
No, that's great. That's great A content right there.
Oh no, it wasn't.
What I love is you asked no questions except what are we doing, and then you just went and did it.
It's because I missed. You told the whole thing, and the internet was out.
No, you're good. That was great. That question though is from our listener Kevin. He just wanted to know what Charles Barkley thought of where the win started. And Chris, did you hear Charles? Because you didn't say nothing when Charles was on the phone with us.
We were separated at birth.
So he filed a restraining order at birth. You can't even be in the same phone call as him. But anyways, so that was a great little bit. I loved every bit of it. So I have another existential question. It's not really like super existential of like what we did last week, but I want to know, who is Santa Claus? Because I've heard Saint Nick, Santa Claus, and Kris Kringle. Which one is he?
He's
the
all
same
three.
guy.
What? No.
Yes.
Well, then what's his full name?
Kringle.
Well, you can't have two
Saint
last names.
Nicholas Christopher Kringle.
Well, then where does the
His
Claus
name is Chris. It's all nicknames, bro.
But how do you get those nicknames? Like, what does that come from?
So way back in the day, all right, these people see this strange man in a red suit climbing down their chimneys, leaving them presents. And before the internet or telephones, they didn't know how to communicate, so they all just started calling them by different names. Now, at the time of information crossing over everything, we get all these different names from different regions and different people all coming together. And then that's why he's Saint Nick, Kris Kringle, Santa Claus, whatever
I
else
literally
he's
just
called.
looked up the Santa Claus Wikipedia article, and Lucas is 100% correct.
Are
No,
you
it's not.
serious?
Yes.
I just made that up, like
The
straight up.
I'm going to read this verbatim. The modern Santa Claus
Okay.
grew out of traditions surrounding the historical Saint Nicholas, a 4th century Greek bishop, the British figure Father Christmas, and the Dutch figure of Sinterklaas. They've just amalgamated all of these guys into one dude.
There you go.
Well,
Also, is associated with the pagan midwinter event of the Yule and led the wild hunt. So that's interesting.
that's pretty dope that like Santa Claus leads the wild hunt.
And if you're a Witcher fan,
Yeah, The Witcher rode with the Wild Hunt for a little while.
yeah, if Santa Claus is in the wild hunt, we've got some explaining to do.
Yeah, Henry
What-
Cavill's show comes out in 7 days, 6 days.
I watched the trailer
Insane.
finally. It looks really good.
Dude,
I'm pretty pumped.
there's a little bit of like the special effects that look a little cheesy, but I think
Honestly, what I saw looked pretty good.
Did you watch
Yeah.
the final trailer or the first
No,
one?
I just watched the one where he talked about Geralt. Like he's in on
gotcha.
it. He's in the lore, dude. He's got to be he's got to be playing the games.
No,
Yeah.
well, here's the thing. He's a big gamer. Like he almost missed his Superman audition because he's playing World of Warcraft. He's a
It's
big gamer.
legendary.
Yeah, I know. Like some dude that ripped and that good looking just be like, oh, I gotta leave. I gotta get out of here. And then no, it's a raid in World of Warcraft. What? I can't leave. Like I
Yeah.
feel like that. And his mom's like, Henry, go to your audition. Get out of my house. And then he finally goes.
No, but I know he has said that he wanted, like he approached the crew or the producers or whatever that were making The Witcher because he loved the game series.
Man,
And then once he got in it, he started reading all the books and everything.
man, what's crazy to me is like everybody, even including myself, I didn't think Henry Cavill could be Geralt. I don't know. I just couldn't. I don't think I could have seen Superman be Geralt. But the in the trailer, he sells it. Like he
Yeah.
has no emotion, just like Geralt, and like he's in it. Because everybody, I think, wanted Mads Mikkelsen, but Mads is too old for Geralt. Because Geralt's supposed to look young. Like he's probably not young because of his whole mutation stuff.
Yeah,
but
I'm
he's
pretty
supposed
sure
to look.
Geralt is. I want to say the mutations let him live longer than.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like
Yeah.
the mutations probably gave him a longevity of life, but I would say he was supposed to look young. And Maz, you could have put some makeup on to make him look younger, but I think Henry's got more of the like it's all of his features are smooth like what Geralt's are supposed to be.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is Mads Mikkelsen did a movie, not like similar or anything, but kind of played a similar character in Valhalla Rising, which is a movie that I'm sure nobody has ever seen.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it. Is it good though?
I really liked it. It's there's nobody talks in it.
What?
He plays a mute like Viking prisoner kind of thing, and he's just awesome.
He just
It's very
slays people.
dark and it's by I'm pretty sure it's by the director that did like Drive and
Dude,
Only
if
God
the guy
Forgives and all
if
that
the guy
kind of
that did
stuff.
Drive did it, it's probably good.
Yeah, it's
What
pretty decent.
what's cool about like the movie like Drive and then also A Quiet Place is there's not an overture of dialogue, so when it is it's important. And that's what I love because it builds the tension that when you finally you're like, what's going on here? And then the dialogue hits and it tells you a little bit, and you're like, oh gosh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I mean, especially with new comedies and stuff, you have just word vomit. And I'm not like bad mouthing anybody or anything, but like especially like Adam Sandler movies and Kevin Hart movies, is their whole bit is they talk a lot and they talk too much. But sometimes you just need like, and I'm not like being a film star, like, oh, you need Charlie Chaplin, but sometimes you just need that to like let it be simple
Yeah.
and funny and get everybody. Because like you remember the Bellhop movies, it's like Jerry Lewis. I don't know if y'all have seen that. It's a very old movie series, but there's very little talking to where when they do talk, it's the punchline, or like you don't even have to have talking to have the punchline. It's so good.
Yeah. I mean, it like I can see both being very funny, but it's just uh I don't think Adam Sandler or
Kevin, they're not like the
Kevin
prime
Hart could.
comedic movie. Like
y-
the reason I
Yeah,
said them is because they are two that have movies coming out soon. Like Kevin Hart's got the second Jumanji coming out, and like
dude.
Adam
So
Sandler's got some like Jewel
Uncut Gems.
Uncut
It's not
Gems.
a comedy.
Yeah, but I just thought of Adam Sandler because I
I
saw
gotcha.
that preview the other day.
He's gunning for an Oscar nomination with this movie.
Yeah,
Apparently,
Is he really? You think it'll be good?
I I think Adam Sandler will be good. I don't know about Kevin Garnett, but but you never know with Kevin Garnett, anything's possible.
I mean, you're right. That is his motto, and I mean, LeBron did okay in that one movie with Bill Hader. I don't even remember what the movie's called. It had Amy Schumer
It was
and
like
Bill Hader and John Cena. Was it Trainwreck?
uh
It was Trainwreck.
Trainwrecked. Yeah, I kept thinking Shipwrecked, and I was like, nope, that's not right.
I only made it so there are very few movies that I've quit watching, and the first being Wolf of Wall Street. The second was Trainwreck because like in one of the opening scenes, it's just John Cena giving it to Amy Schumer. I'm like,
it's hilarious.
no, it's not.
I sat through that entire movie.
Oh my god,
John Cena was hilarious in it.
No, yeah, I did the first time. The first time I watched it, I couldn't get through that part, and then I picked it up after that part, so it was kind of like just blanked that part, and it was pretty good. But God, well, like
You can get the entire artistic vision, Tyler.
No, Chris, let me just tell you, there's no artistic vision that can salvage that when you're watching it with your parents.
Are you okay?
My mom went and picked it up from Redbox, and I was like, "Oh, it's got Bill
What's
Hader
that?
in it."
I watched it on a double date.
Oh my god! So the dumbest, or I guess the raunchiest movie I went and saw on a date.
Big movie. Oh,
What? was a Due Date with Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis.
It was a raunchy movie. I never saw it.
It wasn't
That
super
wasn't-
raunchy. It was just it had a lot of language. Like it had a lot of F-bombs.
Okay.
On a date. Like I just don't
Yeah.
know. There was also some raunchy parts because like when they're at Jamie Foxx's house in that movie, and like Zach Galifianakis like, you ever bang his wife? Did you ever like like? And he's like badgering him. It was a little awkward
Gotcha.
because I was in high school and I was still really awkward. Which
Oh.
I'm still kind of awkward now. I don't know. What? You don't think I'm awkward? Or do you think I've not gotten over the awkward?
You're still pretty awkward.
Well, I don't feel that awkward. I maybe put out that vibe, I guess. Thanks for bringing me down, Chris. But what were we talking about? We were talking about Witcher and how it's coming out soon. How Henry Cavill's going to do great at it. And then we talked about Mads Mikkelsen's movie where we don't talk a lot. And then that's how we got to where we are now. Yeah, that was the train of thought that led us to Trainwreck. But anyways, so Witcher, like I said, I watched. I think the first trailer, they didn't have like all the effects solid yet, and there's like only two parts that were kind of cheesy looking, but not even cheesy enough to where it would take away from the whole show. So I think I'm pretty pumped for Witcher. It comes out in 7 days, Lucas. So when the
20th, 6 days.
6 days.
Yeah. So 20th, it'll come out on Netflix. That's gonna be great.
Yeah,
dude. Speaking of shows that come out and everybody says it's great, Mandalorian.
It's terrible.
Is it really? Have you watched
Yeah,
it?
I've watched it. It is not good.
You are the first person to tell me it's bad.
The first episode was okay. Second episode was not good. The third episode was kind of okay. And then it's just been terrible ever since.
Well, I finally got a Disney Plus login. Since my sister's been bumming my Netflix for a very long time, I asked her for her Disney Plus, and she was like a little hesitant at first. I'm like, but hold on, you've been watching my Netflix, so you can either get off my Netflix or you can let me have your Disney Plus login. I was like, this is my ultimatum.
Yeah,
because now on Netflix you can like kick people off. You can just like log out of every device.
Yeah, I'll say this about The Mandalorian. It's not terrible. No, there's some episodes that are just legitimately terrible, but it's just kind of like, okay, it's more of like, oh yeah, you remember whenever this happened? Hey.
Well,
and that's pretty much the entire show.
Honestly, the only reason I am hell bent on watching it is there's been some rumors that it might connect to the newest Star Wars film, so I got to watch it before I go watch the new Star Wars film because they're saying
I would be shocked if it connected in any way so far.
Well, Greg had found like this dark web rumor that the last episode was going to connect to the newest episode of Star Wars. So
gotcha.
I don't know if it's true. Greg could have just found somebody lying on the dark web. So I don't know. But
it'd be interesting to see how it connected because it's before the events of The Force Awakens.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. But like that's just what I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's possible.
The other thing I think I want to watch on Disney Plus is I want to watch all the Star Wars Clone Wars. I don't know how, but my YouTube rabbit hole has gotten to like all these. It's this dude on YouTube that just has clips from the movies and or fan art pictures of certain Jedi, and he talks about stuff.
Hold on.
What?
So I've been watching some videos that are also very similar.
Are you watching Scoundrels Cantina or Stupendous Wave?
Let me go to my YouTube real quick, and it's
I've been watching both of those. So shout out to Stupendous Wave if this ever gets back to you, or Scoundrels Cantina. You put out some good content. I'll watch it.
I think it was Star Wars Theory is what I was.
I've seen that. That's also shown up on my YouTube like suggestions from that, but I haven't fallen down that rabbit hole yet, so it might be coming up soon. But what happened was I found a guy that played through Jedi Fallen Order, and what I liked about his Fallen Order is he didn't put any like you know how some content creators put their webcam and like their donation box and stuff on their screen. This guy had nothing. It was just gameplay, and he kind of like he would talk about it, like he would talk and say this game's really good, and then he's like, oh, this enemy's tough, and it wasn't his commentary didn't take away from me watching the game, and I really liked it. His name was Rad Brad, which not the best name, but it's easy to remember, I guess. But he does he does only playthrough content, and So Jedi Fallen Order, and then my suggestions were like the Star Wars theory stuff, and then I got into that rabbit hole. So it's good. It's great content. So a lot of the stuff relates back to Clone Wars. So I'm gonna watch Clone Wars and then the new Rebels, I think.
Yeah, I watched part of Rebels whenever Disney Plus first came out, but I just kind of fell off of it.
It's a little campy from what I've seen, like from the clips I've seen.
Yeah.
But what amazes me is Star Wars Clone Wars is actually pretty, like, it's pretty dark in some things.
Yeah, no. The thing is with the Clone Wars, there's the last season where it's all the lost episodes. Like those episodes are some of my favorite episodes through the entire show.
Are the
And
lost episodes on Disney Plus, or they're just
yeah,
nowhere?
they're on Disney Plus. So it kind of ends in just a random spot because it got canceled, and
Yeah,
then
I don't
they
know
were
how it
like,
got canceled though, because it was so good
uh,
from what I watched on TV.
yeah, I don't know. Uh, but I just know it got canceled. So the last season was like, well, we have these 6 episodes finished that were supposed to go in randomly throughout the other 6 seasons, so or 5 seasons. So here they are. But uh, yeah, those were really good.
Man,
But
I'm actually really pumped for this newest Star Wars coming out. And it's kind of for a weird reason. Is I want the Skywalker storyline to be done. And if we do more storylines, like I like the one-off shot or one-off stuff from like Han Solo or Rogue One. Like I want some other things, or like do some kind of other bounty hunter, or not bounty hunter, but like
just go Old Republic.
yeah, or like Old Republic stuff or something.
I don't
There's
want
so
any
much Star
more
Wars.
solo Star Wars story. Rogue One was cool because it was a pretty good
I really
movie.
liked Solo. I like Solo.
Solo
I don't.
was not my favorite. It wasn't good and it also wasn't bad. It was just kind of like the most like middle of the road. Like it's not going to offend anybody by being bad, but it's just nothing happened.
I like the smuggler stuff for Star Wars because there's a lot of different smugglers and bounty hunters that have a lot of the extended universe stuff from the books and comics that I want to see on the big screen. But also Old Republic would be really cool too,
Yeah,
because if if here's the thing, when you had the Jedi that were doing all the flips and stuff, like in the prequels, if you had that, but the screenplay of the OG ones and stuff like that, like just the writing was better, those would have been awesome. You know what I mean?
yeah. Um,
Because I like the Old Republic Jedi are like, flips and stuff, very one with the Force, and do some crazy stuff. It's awesome in fights, but you can't just have fight scenes for a movie. You have to have some good dialogue and some good character building.
right, for those
Yeah,
fight scenes to actually matter.
yeah.
So,
Because like in Clone Wars, one of the most replayed clips is when all of the Jedi show up at that arena, but the screenplay to get to that arena sucks butthole.
oh, that scene sucks.
I just love that all the Jedi are there. I think
Yeah.
that is like the little kid in me. But like one of my favorite Jedi is Kit Fisto, and I don't even know why, because you don't even hear about him much.
Got a funny name.
He
Yeah.
does. He does have a funny name,
I'm
but
pretty sure I think he does get an on-screen death in the third one
he
for some.
does. He
Okay,
does.
that's what I thought.
But in the like in the original books, that's not where he's supposed to die. But he like in the Clone Wars show, he was cool, and he only gets like 2 little cameos in the second Star Wars movie and the third Star Wars movie, and he dies in the third Star Wars movie. He's supposed to be
Yeah.
one of the best lightsaber duelists ever, and he dies.
Well, all of the Jedi die in the
Yeah, I
third
mean,
movie.
well, but he didn't get shot down like the other people did. He got like sliced by someone that shouldn't have been able to slice him.
Oh, I don't remember that.
He was one of the people that went to go arrest Palpatine, and Palpatine did his
Oh
whole
yeah, that's right.
like swiped them all. Like he I don't know. That was just dumb.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Palpatine was a big bad that killed everybody.
I guess I don't know, but Kit Fisto's great. Long live Kit Fisto.
Oh,
But
not
yeah,
really.
I mean, yeah, he didn't live that long. Another thing that is supposed to be pretty cool on Disney Plus, and this isn't just supposed to be a Disney Plus plug or whatever. It's just like I'm excited because I have a way to
The
watch
Goofy movies.
it.
First things I watched on Disney
Did
Plus
you really? That's great.
was the
Okay,
Goofy movie and the whatever the first one was with
the extremely goofy movie. Or
no,
no,
the
the
first
extremely
one.
goofy
It
movie
was
is the
like
second one. It's just a goofy
the
movie where they go on
no,
the summer road trip or whatever.
yeah. Or yeah, I guess Extremely Goofy Movie is the second one. There's a
Yeah.
third one, but I didn't watch it.
What? There's a third one?
Apparently, I saw it on there, and I was just like, no, the first two is what I remember from my childhood. That's all I'm watching.
Are the Mighty Ducks on there?
Yep,
Oh, I'm
like
watching
the
the.
cartoon where
That's
they,
even better. That's
yeah,
even better.
Darkwing Duck is also on there.
Gargoyle. Oh, I'm gonna
Gargoyles,
binge Gargoyles. I told my sister
Doug.
I'm only watching Mandalorian, but I'm watching all those.
Yeah, no, there's some pretty cool like old cartoons and stuff.
Supposedly Jeff Goldblum's show's pretty good on Disney Plus. I want to watch some of it.
Yeah, I haven't tried it.
Greg's been watching it. Him and another buddy of mine at work. They say it's really good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Disney fan, but I do like there are very weird things that I'm like, oh yeah, that I would watch that or die. Like it's like I loved the Mighty Ducks TV show so much
Yeah.
and Gargoyles. Like that was great. Chris, did you have any like Disney cartoons you watched when you were a kid?
Did, but nothing I'm like willing to get Disney Plus for.
Well, I mean, like, is there something you would want, like, be like, oh, that'd be great to watch that again,
Disney cartoons?
or just like, I guess like TV
Disney
shows.
shows like even Stevens or whatever.
Even Stevens is good. Yeah, I liked it. The famous Jet Jackson.
Yes, Jet Jackson was actually pretty. Did you ever watch? You remember watching those movies, the Jet Jackson movies?
Yes, I do.
They weren't bad. They weren't bad.
The only thing I would want is probably to watch like Luck of the Irish and Smart House. I know they're on there.
Yep.
13th
Luck of the
Year.
Irish is an interesting one.
Luck of
It's
the
a
Irish
great
is
movie.
I like it better than Smart House. I wasn't the biggest fan of
Well,
Smart
you're
House.
wrong.
Yeah, no, Smart House was the best. Simply because of one feature of that house that I've wanted in every single house I've ever lived in.
What is it?
Whenever he just went through, so they throw a party. For the people who've never seen or heard of Smart House, I don't blame you. It was a terrible Disney movie, but they throw a party and in a house that has like an AI kind of system in it. And to clean it up, he just goes through and throws everything on the floor and it gets sucked into the floor and everything's clean.
You know what doesn't make sense on that one scene?
What?
Is they're on the stairs and they're pushing everything down like the stairs is also the floor.
No, he's pushing everything to the first floor, like to the first.
No, it just had, or does it have to be on the first floor?
That's what I thought.
I thought you just had to put it on the floor.
It's
If
been
so,
20 something years since I've
Yeah, I
watched this
know.
movie, but I
But
always
that was
thought it
one
was
thing.
the first floor.
See, for me, it was just like, oh, you have to put it on the floor. Why are you pushing it down the steps? The steps are the floor.
Oh, no. But the reason why he gets caught is because this girl's sweater was on the backside of a bush. That was it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
I'm trying to think who the dad was. I always thought it was Dennis Quaid, but I know it's not Dennis Quaid.
I have no idea.
But like, okay, so the Disney movie I want to watch is Alley Cats. I love Alley Cats.
Never watched that.
It's like
Yeah.
it's about a bunch of kids that hang out in a bowling alley, and that's what I did in high school. Was I just went to the bowling alley on Friday nights and played cosmic bowling, but I wasn't as good as those people that like the ones that played at that bowling alley. I wasn't great. Me and Lucas did get good though.
I mean, we got
consistently
decent for just going and hanging out.
Yeah, we would go every whatever night and like just bowl for hours until our arms got sore and we'd leave. It was we got decent.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to
And
like Disney Plus will be my whole thing about Disney Plus is why I don't want to buy it is there's only a couple things I want to watch and then I'm going to be done with it.
yeah. I mean, the only reason, like, we got it free for a year through our Verizon,
Mhm.
so I'm using it, and then as of right now, there's nothing on it that really makes me want to keep it. So I probably won't get it after this year unless like the Marvel shows or something are really good, but uh nothing has
Nothing's like swayed your
nothing's been like, "Oh, I have to watch this" kind of thing.
but I don't even watch Netflix that much. My parents watch my Netflix more than I do.
Yeah.
The only things that right now that are on my list that I want to watch on Netflix are the Witcher when it comes out, and then I want to watch The Irishman, the movie with Robert De
Yeah.
Niro, and then it's got the
The
guy who played
Scorsese
Magneto.
movie.
Yeah.
4 hours long.
Is it
Yeah.
really?
It's
Oh my
long.
God.
That's the only reason why I haven't watched it yet. I may try to watch it tomorrow, but uh yeah, it's got a runtime of 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Dear Lord. I mean, it's Scorsese though, so it means it's
Yeah.
got to be good.
It's
But it's
Pacino,
only
De
old
Niro, and
people.
Pesci.
It's what would you say, Lucas?
It's De Niro, Pacino, and Pesci. So like I'm gonna watch it, but I just have to like find a time where I have nothing to do for 4 hours and watch it.
There are some movies like here's the thing. Shawshank is great. But if I'm gonna watch Shawshank, I've got to take out a whole second half of my day and I'm just watching Shawshank. Same thing with
Shawshank
Braveheart.
isn't that long.
Shawshank's pretty long.
Okay.
How long is it? I'm gonna look it up. I'm pretty sure it's 3 hours. Shawshank.
Runtime. 2 hours and 22 minutes.
Oh
Huh.
yeah, 142 minutes.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought it was longer than that.
You,
But like
you
Braveheart
may
is really
watch
long.
it on like TV.
That's probably what it is. That's definitely what it is. It's like all the commercials make it so long.
Yeah.
But Braveheart is long. If you're gonna watch Braveheart, you've got
Yeah.
to just sit down and watch Braveheart.
It's almost 3 hours.
I used to love Braveheart so much that my first gamer tag was Braveheart. Like it was just Braveheart. And I thought so. There's this weird text conversation I had with one of my friends on the archery team, and he goes, "Okay, Braveheart." I'm like, "How'd you know? How'd you know that was my gamer tag? How'd you know?" What? Like I got freaked out. Like I'm like, "Whoa, who?" Because I don't know. It was like because that guy, like his dad was one of my teachers, and I'm like, oh, he's heard me bad mouthing some people on online on on the Wii Online because that was what I played on. I was like, oh god, I'm gonna get in trouble because I've been calling people names and stuff.
I used to play with one of our high school teachers.
Yeah, I know. He still plays with students. Because there was a student hanging out in Samantha's class the other day, and they did. So I had to go to the faculty.
Xbox. He plays Xbox with
Yeah,
students.
yeah.
I don't know
Sorry.
I don't know who this is.
Well, here, just hold on a second, because I got there's a whole thing about it. So I had to
Wait,
go.
is this who I did geology with?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, never mind.
And like so, I was in Samantha's classroom the other day, and we had the faculty Christmas party that night, and she was talking. They did kind of like Dundies, most likely to whatever like superlatives, and that teacher got most likely to be called Dad, and Samantha's like, who should I vote for? I'm like, obviously this guy because he plays Xbox with almost every student at this school.
Yeah. And the thing is, I never had him as a teacher.
He's the coolest guy. He's so nice.
Yeah.
But one of her students was hanging out in her classroom, and he goes, "Oh, I even play Xbox with that guy." I was like, "See, he's got to be called like he's got to have that superlative."
Yeah.
But he's such a like, and like I don't know, His class was so much fun. I was in an honors biology with him, but really it was the deadbeat biology because everybody that was wanted to be an accelerated biology took AP biology. I just didn't take AP bio because I knew I didn't want to take it and I knew I wasn't ever going to use it. So it was honors, but it wasn't. And every Friday, that teacher's like, "Well, we're pretty ahead of schedule. You guys want to watch some YouTube videos?" So we had like YouTube Fridays. It was great.
Yeah. I
Did
wish
he
I
make you
would've
watch
done
People
that.
Are Awesome compilations?
No, we watched like fails
Oh,
because he would. So I don't want to name drop, but there was somebody in our class that like would find good YouTube threads of fails, and Mark he would give them to him like to make sure that it wasn't like nothing bad happened early in the week because that teacher was so chill. He would check out the compilations that this guy found or the threads or whatever, and then if nothing bad was in them, that's what we would watch that Friday. It was crazy. It was so good.
he had one time he found this video called "Asking All Them Questions."
Yeah.
We watched it all the time in that class.
Do you remember? Okay, so Chris, there was a YouTube video that you showed me multiple times. Do you remember? I want to know if you can guess
Okay,
what it was. What was the YouTube video you showed me the most?
high school.
Yeah.
Oh my! I have no idea. Let me think. Yeah, I can't. Like, if I'll have to sit here and like say nothing for like 5 minutes.
Do you want me to just tell you?
Is it okay? Is it a meme or like what is it? Like, can I get a category?
It's kind of a meme. It's not a popular meme anymore.
Is it really popular? Well, okay. Can I at least know what year?
You found it our junior year, and
So
from
20.
there you showed me until we graduated at random points of the day.
Mm. Oh, is it sitting on the toilet?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because
That was
I remember
the
once
YouTube
I
video.
showed Jordan and Luke that video in stats when they gave us laptops, and she saw me showing it to them. She's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, it's funny, okay?"
Don't
Chris,
judge me.
there is no exaggeration. Chris probably played that YouTube video for me at least 10
I'm gonna
times.
watch it right now.
I mean, it was like every day something would happen. He go, "Man, don't blame me. I'm just sitting on toilet, sitting on toilet, sitting on toilet. Now flush." It was it was so dumb but so good. Oh gosh. Did that lady ever make any other YouTube videos?
She's got 24,500 subscribers.
I mean, if she just made the one video and got that many subscribers, that's pretty good.
Her most recent video is called "Chicken" in all caps, and it's about 15 minutes long.
Oh my god.
222 views.
That's not that good then. How many does Sitting on a Toilet have?
Like 9 million.
Yeah, that's where it should be. It should be
Yeah,
among greatness.
Oh
about
yeah,
8 million
9.9
of those
million.
have been Chris.
What'd you say, Lucas?
About 8 million of those have been Chris.
From him showing everybody he knows.
2 months ago, she uploaded a video called "Rubbing Up on the Belly."
I don't like that one. I don't like that one at all. Unless it's like she goes out in public and she has. So if I made a video called that, it'd be like if I was out in public and like I had to, like I was trying to like get through somewhere, and I had to excuse me, but you're like having to turn sideways and squeeze through people. That would be what like my video of rubbing up on my tummy would be, or belly, or whatever it's called.
Hey, there's a lot of good ones. Like if back in the day that I showed, like the bootleg fireworks video.
Our kids at youth, the two kids that run sound booth with me, look up videos like that all the time.
Like the original bootleg fireworks video.
No, yeah, I'm aware, but that's if you go to their YouTube history, it's all just random, very loud fireworks.
Oh, there was the woman at the beach with a dog called Joby.
Joby was great. Joby, go get the ball.
Go bring the ball back, Joby. Oh, you gonna get wet?
I thought that was a dude that made that video.
I assumed it was a woman. I don't know. Joby the dog.
So
6.1
the
million
voice-
views. Oh, there's the original one.
So I feel like the voice could have been a man or a female. There's also a singer that has a voice that could be man or female, and it's the lead singer for Alabama Shakes. It turns out it's a woman. I thought it was a man. So
Yeah.
maybe I thought Joby's owner was a man. It turned out to be a woman. But like once you find out she's a woman, it like makes sense.
Is it a
Like
woman?
what?
For
No, I don't
Alabama
know.
Shakes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
It's,
the what? Well, you changed subject. Sorry.
well, technically we're on the same subject, but I changed what like the
The woman from
who.
Alabama Shakes isn't the one making this video.
No, that's why I'm not
No.
saying that. I'm just saying that was like what I like. That is a voice
Wait,
that I thought was a man,
did you
and
really?
then it turned. I did, but
Really?
if you, yeah, I did when like because I first started listening to him, and there wasn't a lot of her like high pitched stuff in their first stuff, like where she
Yeah, the
hits
first
high notes.
song I heard was "Hold On."
The first song, I don't even remember what the first song I heard, but they came across. It was back when I was still on Pandora, and I hadn't been enlightened to Spotify yet, so it was just like random songs by Alabama Shakes. But it was. Let me see. Let me find their. So I think I started listen. I found them in 2012, and I think "Hang Loose" was the first song, or "Going to the Party." But it was the Boys and Girls album in 2012 was the first one I actually listened to.
I
Alabama
couldn't
Shakes,
name,
you should definitely look them up if you haven't listened to them yet.
yeah,
They're good.
I couldn't name a single song of Alabama Shakes.
But you've listened to them, right?
I've listened to them. I'm not a huge fan.
Like I'm a huge fan of the Black Keys. I am a fan of Alabama Shakes. Like I can name some songs, and I would like to see them in concert, but it's not like this is the best band ever.
I got you. I got the hookup.
You have to hook up for what? Tickets to Alabama Shakes?
No songs.
Oh, I was like, what? How are you just now mentioning that
Sorry.
you have for tickets?
No, my bad.
Oh man, no, you're good. You're good. I am out of topics. Are you guys out of topics? Y'all got anything you want to talk about?
Do actually.
You do hit it because
Okay.
I'm trying to vamp.
I thought about this yesterday at work. I remembered something I did that was really cringy back in 2012. Like it just hit
Oh
me
my
all of a
gosh.
sudden. So
I do that during like right before I go to bed. Like it's like, oh, why did I ever do that?
okay, I'm telling the story.
Okay, I'm just.
Okay, so my dad was like, "You have to get a job this summer because this is you graduated high school. You have to. This is just the way it works now." I was like, "Oh, I don't want to." He's like, "Where are you going to?" So one day he took me to Subway, and then Gerald Poff was there. He's like, "Chris is gonna. I want Chris to work for you this summer." I was like, "I'm like this. What is
This is
happening?"
news to me.
So I'm like, okay, and he's like, show up at some place like tomorrow at like 7:30. I was like, oh my god, okay. So like the first day I worked with him, I painted a building, like the entire
The
building,
outside or the inside?
the outside,
Okay.
and like that, and that was all the work. And then he gave me like I don't remember, like $100 or something. I don't remember.
Making
And then
bank, Chris.
I went home. I was like, oh well, that was quick. I guess I'm done with that. And then like another day later, or a couple days later, he's like, can you come up to like the trash can place?" And I
Yeah.
was like,
No, I know what you're
okay,
talking about.
cool. And like the first day, he only wanted me to work from like 9 to noon. So like I
You got
worked from
$100 for 9 to noon
no
for
no
painting
no
a
this
building.
this day.
Okay, I
The
was about to
first
say,
day I was there
dang, Chris.
The first day I was there like all day. I didn't leave until like 6.
So like 10 hours. That's 10
Yeah.
hours an hour. That's $10 an hour. That's pretty good. That's better than minimum wage. Okay, but keep going.
The first day there, he's like, do this for like 4 hours and then you go home. I'm like, oh, cool. And so the next day I did that. He didn't tell me how many hours I was going to work. So I just like, I guess I'll just do the same thing I did yesterday because that's all I know what to do, right?
Yeah.
So like I work from like 8 to like 12, and then like on the way home I go get some KFC and bring it home, and I'm sitting on my chair and I get a call from Gerald, and he's like, so I'm just on my way from wherever. I'll be up there in like 10 minutes or so, just to check in on you. I went, oh, so I was like, yeah, I can't wait to see you. And then like I hung up, and then like I sped so fast. I've never driven faster in my life because I had
You're
to
like
go
driving a
to
getaway car.
I had to go to the complete other end of town in like 10 minutes. I hit Highway 30 and I was going like 100 miles an hour. I'm not even exaggerating. I was like, I have to get there. And then like I showed up and I beat him there. And so I was like, yeah, I've been here the whole time.
Did somebody rat you out? Did like
No
some
one.
worker?
Nobody
What?
knew. Nobody
Nobody
knew
knew.
because
Okay. I
nah.
was about to say, I thought you were like he would get out of the truck or wherever and like come in like, yeah, how long you been here? You've been doing good. And then some guy's like, he ain't been here. He left like 2 hours ago.
Nobody said a word.
And that works out.
Yeah, I was reminding myself of how awkward that was yesterday.
Okay, so I had the construction job every summer after I graduated, but the first summer I did it, I had like this. I from when I graduated till like June 15th was when like I was supposed to start the construction stuff. So I didn't have anything for a month because we graduated really early our senior year, and my dad's like, "You need a job." I was like, "Well, I mean, it's summer break. I have a job coming up." He goes, "No, go get a job." I was like, "But I have a job. It doesn't start till June. I'm gonna get you a job." And he came back and goes, "You're gonna work at the sawmill until you start your construction job." I'm like, "But why? I have a job. It just hasn't started yet." I was so pissed. But that sawmill job, it was awesome. I worked with a guy named Junior. He was dyslexic, and every day he came and talked to me, and he goes, "You want to wrestle?" I'm like, "Not today, Junior. I'll pass." And then I had like this. There's a Vietnam War vet there, and he was cool. He kind of talked like Clint Eastwood, but it was probably because he had COPD. And then we worked with a guy. His name was Giz. I never knew Giz's other names. It was just Giz, Giz, and you could only understand every other word Giz would say. It was kind of like the guy off of Napoleon Dynamite, where they're like at the chicken farm. And then like the guy that ran it, like the guy that owned it, I worked with him too. He ran the saw. But man, did I learn about life that summer. Let me just tell you. The worst day I had though was we were stacking railroad ties and one fell off and like mashed my finger. I lost a fingerprint for like a month and then I thought my finger was broken. But you know what we did? We wrapped some black tape on it and I put a glove over it and I got back to work.
Yep, kept on going.
Yeah. Man,
Black electrical tape heals everything.
man, if we could wrap our whole bodies in it, we would live forever.
Yeah.
But I like all these kids that hang out in some other classroom after school are just like, you know what? You've not like they'll complain of like, man, my day sucked. I had to go to class and write a lot, and I'm like, go to a sawmill, and then talk to me, or like go pave at the butt crack of dawn and then come talk to me because those were all of my summer jobs. They were good and they paid great, but they were not fun at the time. But yeah, Lucas, you know about being up at the butt crack of dawn because like when you worked for your dad.
Yeah, I mean, I woke up at 4 o'clock and we worked an hour away and we had to be there by 6 working. So we got there and it was also during the polar vortex.
Yeah, I was on
So it
Christmas
was
break
like,
that one time.
yeah, so we were outside working in like negative 20-degree weather. And I mean, I enjoyed that work quite a bit. It was actually pretty fun, but uh, it was early, and then and we worked 4/10s, so I got Fridays off, which was
See,
cool.
for me, I feel like 4/10s is perfect.
Yeah,
Like, did you know China actually like they have moved their work week to 4/8s? They just
yeah,
eliminated the last like the Friday or like
But
for summer.
they also don't care about their people.
No, they do care about their people.
No, they
They're
do.
seeing
No,
productivity.
no, dude, you cannot say the Chinese government cares about their people. Just don't say that ever.
Well, like their
It's not.
productivity has
It's
gone up.
yeah, and they're Tyler.
You know, there's like giant riots and protests and all that kind of stuff.
Not the
in
government, the company
Oh!
owners.
Oh, well, the company
Like-
owners and some. Okay.
For the most
Oh.
part, the ones that are doing these 4.8s, the company owners are like, "Oh, we've seen our people work harder when they get an extra day off. Well, let's try it," and it has. I feel like that would be perfect. America needs that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce the ethnicity, but there's an ethnicity of Chinese people that the Chinese government is harvesting their organs. So, just want to throw that out there.
Well, I wasn't talking about the government. I was just talking about those business owners that are doing that 4.8s instead of 5.8s.
Spelled Uyghur. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah.
What? Why? Okay, so I don't want to get super political, but why? Like, why?
Not
that?
political. It's just like human
Why that?
decency,
Why
not to
that?
kill, because they're not actually Chinese. China's such a big country that they live in like Western China, and those are predominantly Muslim ethnicities. And since Muslims, kind of like their religion, and the Chinese government is supposed to be non-religious, that's not going to work. So they just, kill them, harvest their organs, plow over their neighborhoods.
Dang,
cool.
that's pretty harsh.
So shout out to China.
Because that was just one thing I was like, I don't know if it's bad to ask like why, but I didn't know.
because they want to have freedom of religion.
Yeah,
they want
no.
to practice their own religion, and so China's like, nah.
Yeah, no, I understand that now. I was like,
Basically, it's really like a modern day Holocaust, but nobody's talking about it. So
yeah, no, I understand that. My whole thing is how like you're like I don't want to be offensive, and you just like
not offensive.
No, that is like one of my fears. Is like I'm gonna accidentally be very offensive on our show because we had
I'll take care of that for you.
Yeah, you'll somehow top it like that one episode. But yeah, this talking about episodes. This one's coming to an end. Thank you guys for listening. Wait, what?
My knees hurt.
Okay. So we're gonna end this episode here. Thank you guys for listening. If you have any topics for us to talk about, be sure to email us btstatic.pod@gmail.com. Because like in the first half, we usually if you email us, we usually respond on the show. So if you email us on a Monday or like Tuesday or whenever you listen to the show, you're not going to get a response till you listen to the next show. Like it works out because it's content, that grade A content that Chris created there in the beginning that I loved it. So, or you can tweet at us. Our Twitter handle is @BTStatic. So if anything like that, just like send us some stuff you want to hear us talk about. We'll talk about it. Announcement time. Next week we won't have an episode. I got to be out of town from Friday night till Sunday night, so there will be no time for us to record or for me to edit before it has to release on Monday. But possibly one after Christmas, depends on how busy we are. So you might have 2 weeks without an episode. You might have just 1 week. We'll see. Sorry that you're gonna have like that gap of content, but if
get over it.
Yeah, get over it. We won't be. You probably won't hear from us until after Christmas, if anything. So have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Have a good one. Bye. Or hopefully this episode's been better than Static. Bye.
Might have been. Might not have been.
Kirby, that's 2 weeks in a row you forgot the tagline.
Shut up, Lucas. I didn't forget it. I put it in there. Did you not hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, everybody.